psalmist opened up and he began to give God some glory and praise. There's three things that really bless me in this Psalms. You see the confidence that the psalmist have on what God is able to do. You see the dependency in that first verse as he talks about, how he wakes up early and seek thee. He talks about how his soul thirsteth for thee and his flesh longeth for thee. Such a dependency that he has. And then not only that, he glorifies his confidence in God's power. For it says in that second verse, to see thy power and thy glory, the expectation that he has in the midst of his worship. He's not only coming to God with a list of things that he wants done, but he letting the Lord know, first of all, I depend on you. I can't live without you. Can't breathe without you. Then he talks about how glorious his power is. I'm expecting you to show up with your glory and your power. And he says, you know what? I'm going to bless because of thy loving is better than life. He says that my praise shall be there. I'm going to give you glory and praise. He talks about this intimacy he has with God. And that's one thing about worship. Worship, amen, shows an intimacy between you and God. It develops that relationship even the more as you begin to give God glory and praise. Amen. So many times we spend our days and we go through the trouble and the problems. And sometimes we let things trouble our minds and trouble our heart. Sometimes we act like we big enough to handle everything by ourselves. But let me let you know this, my friend. You need God to bring you out. Your worship is allowing God to come in the midst of what you're going through. Sometimes you got to stop being frustrated and just tell God thank you. Sometimes you got to stop being sorrowful and pressed and just say, Lord, I just want to bless your name. Because, our worship, amen, takes our mind off the trouble. Our worship, amen, allow God to come in the midst of what we're going through. And we begin to give him glory. And whenever you give God glory, he can't help but to show up.